Hello, I'm back. I'm going to talk in Daniel chapter 7. We'll talk about these four great beasts. In Daniel chapter 7, I know a lot of people don't understand Daniel in chapter 7 about these four great beasts. This is what I want to talk about today, about these four great beasts. Alright, in verse 2, Daniel spake and said, I saw in my vision by night, and behold, the four winds of the heaven stroll upon the great sea. I know a lot of people don't know what that means, but the four winds of the heavens mean war and the scattering of the people. God's people will be scattered in all nations. See, because they have war, these four great beasts will make war with nation, with the people. Because the people have sinned against God. This is all God's doing. God allowed those beasts to destroy people because the people have sinned against God. These four great beasts, and these four beasts will fight upon the earth and make war with the saints. That's what a lot of people don't know. They're making war right now with the saints. It's like with homosexuality, all different things. They're changing God's law. And all laws really mostly passes against men. Same-sex marriage, all that. They're making war with the saints. All these four beasts. That's why I put all that in my book. These four beasts will make war with the saints. And people thought that it just was the last beast, that fourth beast who will be making war with the saints. But like I said in my book, all these four beasts will make war with the saints because they are changing laws. And when you change laws, it's caused violence. And this is what is happening now in the world. Everywhere, not just in the U.S., in all nations. It's the same thing. The people, because the people have sinned against God. That's what causes war, famine, pestilence, all these things will come upon the people. Because they sin, God give that beast authority to do it, to destroy people. But that's God's doing, In Daniel chapter 3 it says, chapter 7 and verse 3 it says, and four great beasts came up from the sea, diverse one from another. See, they are different. They are diverse. They are different from each other. It's just like the United States is different from Russia. See, all those beasts, they will be different from each other. There are four of them. Alright, in verse 4, the Bible says, the first was like a lion and had eagle wings. Now, who are those nations? The first was like a lion. A lion nation is Britain. Britain is the lion nation. And the eagle, our symbol is an eagle. The United States symbol is an eagle. That's the United States. It had eagle wings. We came out from Britain. And we are allied with Britain. So, the first was like a lion and had eagle wings. This is the first beast. God using symbol to identify the beast. these beasts. And it says, I beheld until the wings thereof were plucked, and it was lifted up from the earth, and made to stand upon his feet as a man, and a man heart was given to it. You see? The wing will be plucked of the U.S., and a man heart was given unto it. See, a man heart is given to the United States. Human right, animal right, children right, women right. That's all you hear on the news every day. You can't even turn on the radio, you hear about women rights. Women this, women this. It's nothing about men. Nothing. The only thing they show about men is violence. See, because they took all the rights away from men, and it leads to violence. When you change laws, it leads to violence. The Bible says we'll think to change times and laws, the Antichrist, that last beast. But the laws start changing before that. It just increase, and it leads to more and more violence. That's why we're having violence in the world. And people wonder why we're having violence. Whenever you change the law, see, God never changed his law. And God set a law down for everybody. He don't change it. God's law never changed. That's why I say heaven and earth will pass away before his word pass away. See, a man's heart was given to the United States. They don't have a heart after God. You can see it now. See how they change into transgender, what right for transgender, homosexuality. We didn't have that 50 or 60 years ago. See, the Bible is talking about in the last days. We can see it right now. Same-sex marriage, all that. But all of them came out the closet now. Want rights. I got a right to do that, you know. The only right we have is to serve God, to obey God. All right. Verse 5. And it said, and behold, another beast, a second, like unto a bear, and it raised up itself on one side, and it had 3 ribs in the mouth of it, between the teeth of it. And they say thus unto it, arise, devour much flesh. Like I said, Russia will devour much flesh. We're seeing Russia in action now, just like in 2008. Like I was telling you before in my other video, 2008, Russia took Georgia, 20% of Georgia. Then now, after that, a few years ago, it took Ukraine, Crimea. I don't know how much is that, but he took Crimea. He said Crimea was a part of Russian Federation. Now we're in Syria. Russia is in Syria. And he's controlling a certain part of Syria. And that could be the 3 ribs in his mouth right there. I don't know if it will be another one, but that's look like that's the 3 ribs in his mouth. And nobody can get Russia out of these countries. See, because they have too much power. So you got 3 ribs in his mouth. See, there's a lot of people that didn't understand that when they read that. But Russia have 3 ribs in his mouth. You have Georgia, Ukraine, Crimea, and look like a Syria too. He got 3 ribs. He brought all those missile tanks and airplane over there. He look like he's not intending on getting out of there. So he had 3 ribs in his mouth. See, in the beginning, God took a rib and created a woman. And a woman is part of a man. So Russians told the news media, Crimea and Ukraine, and Crimea is part of the Russian Federation. See, like part of Russia. It's like those nations, Russia look at it as part of them. So it's got 3 ribs in its mouth. That's the Russian bear. And these men claim that all that happened, that Russia devoured and killed a lot of people since when Stalin was in office. The Bible is talking about the last days starting from 9/11. This is when all those beasts came out. That's what the Bible is talking about. All these false preachers saying things came out from 1948 and all that. This is not true. You know, like when Israel became a nation in 1948, saying that the world will make it to 2018. You know, that's not true. Like I said, the Antichrist got to rule for 3.5 years, and the Antichrist is not here yet. You know, I let you know that's not true. You just have to think a little bit. You know, one of these prophets said God said it. And he said Jesus Christ said it. We won't make it to 2018. But he be lying on God, you know. But he can't see, like I say, because he's deceived. When you deceive, God sent him a strong delusion. You know, he will come against everybody. Somebody is trying to tell him that he will come against everybody. He'll say, touch not my anointed. You know. And do my prophet no harm. This is what he'll say. Touch my anointed, do my prophet no harm. Just like what Ananias. You see, he wasn't God's true prophet. When you're a true prophet of God, God is talking about touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm when you're a true prophet of God. Now when you're a false prophet, it's like Elijah. He killed all those prophets back in the days. They were false prophets. The Bible tells you that in Deuteronomy chapter 18. If the thing follow not what the prophet said, you know, the prophet prophesied something, use his name, and the thing follow not, this is what the word that the Lord hath not spoken. What that prophet said. See, you have to follow God's word and use a little bit of common sense. You know, most people don't know the Bible, so those prophets deceive the people. And they get people scared, and the Bible tell you to don't fear that prophet. You know, if the thing follow not what he said. You know. There's going to be many, the Lord said there's going to be many false prophets in the last day. Shall deceive many. And a lot of them will try to scare people, you know. But a true prophet of God, everything they say, it will come to pass, just like what he said. That's why when the 2 witnesses are prophesying, everything what they'll say and do, it will come to pass. You know, this is a true prophet. Alrighty. Back to, like I said, the Russian bear had 3 ribs in his mouth. And he's raised up himself on one side. He had like one dominion. See, Russia usually fight alone right now until the last battle. He could get up all with those other nations and stuff. Usually Russia now been fighting alone for a long time. He don't use allies, but the U.S. and Britain, they always have allies with them when they fight another nation. But Russia been fighting another nation alone. You know. All their battle mostly been alone. When we get in the end time, I know for the battle of Armageddon, he'll get up a lot of nations to be with Russia. Alright. Gog and Magog. And verse 6, it said, after this I beheld, and lo, another like a leopard, which had upon the back of it 4 wings